Today's episode of Distorted View Daily is brought to you by AdamandEve.com. Use promo code FREAK to get 50% off just about any item, free gifts, and free shipping. AdamandEve.com. Come up, Hey, freaks, it's Friday, September 5th, 2025. Coming up on the program today, public perverts don't even mind getting caught on video anymore. Plus, the multiple personality faker who was actually arrested for a gruesome murder, cutting off your legs because you're just not a fan of feet, and Jesse Lee Peterson has finally met his match. All coming up today.
Distorted View Daily proudly presents Frank's Mom Has Had Enough.
You're just no good. You were no good from the day you were born. You aggravate me every day of my life. You're my cross. You're my misery. Instead of getting your shower and getting ready and being happy, what are you doing? You're making me sick in my stomach. That's what you enjoy, making me sick. This is what he's doing. This is what he's doing. I'll tell you right now, he don't show up at that church and that wedding. He is moving out. I am throwing everything out that front window. I swear to God is my judge.
Good.
I am throwing everything out.
Good.
I do not want him here.
Good.
All he brings me is aggravation.
Good.
I swear to God Almighty, if I have to, I'll get his car, I'll run it into a tree, and I'll get that computer, and they'll go right out that front window. I'll go right through the glass.
It's Distorted View Daily, sponsored by DV listener Cabana Guy.
She is a fat cunt.
Crystal meth loosens up your butthole.
They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
It's amazing. Beta!
Get it together!
All right, hey freaks, Tim back here with you one more time as we end the week with the Friday show. Got a great one for you. It's made extra special. I'm drunk, I'm sorry. Let's start that all over again. Hey freaks, welcome to Distorted View Daily. It's Friday. You're here, I'm here. We might as well do it. I've lost all energy. I really get one good shot at these things, and if I fuck it up, then, I'm spent. Okay. What are we doing? This podcast thing? Rotter Pay, save me, please.
How many podcast awards have you won?
3.
And you've been nominated how many times?
5 or 6.
It's a hell of an operation they're running over there.
It's been many years since DV has taken home a trophy.
Okay, well, things are starting to make a little sense.
Okay, I've noticed you've been getting a little more sassy over the past few weeks. I'll give you a few more lines to read, thanks to these recent sponsorships, and you're going a little overboard. Just tell us about today's sponsor, and spare me the snark.
Hit a nerve, I see. Yes, today's sponsor is DB listener Cabana Guy. He writes, "Your terrible memory will not recall me, but you will remember the audio I sent you back in the day. Karate Ruler, the film made entirely by window lickers."
Wow, a very classic DV clip, and it's all thanks to you. That also means you're an extremely long-time listener. Love to hear that.
Cabana Guy goes on to say, "When I discovered your show back in 2005, I did not become a fan until I heard one of your insensitive reenactments. The one that did it was the 2 suntanning girls and a train. It was so funny I almost, hydroplaned my car off the road for laughing."
Aw, that's very nice. Love to hear my listeners almost dying from my podcast. Just it puts a smile on my face. So Cabana Guy wants to hear that insensitive reenactment or one or two others. I'll see what I can do later on in the program. But Cabana Guy, thank you so much for sponsoring today's show. Right now, though, let's get into some new audio. This is something I don't usually like to feature, but this clip is intentionally funny. This is something I have noticed with people, not just really, really young folks, like in their teens, but people in their 20s also kind of do this. The video is titled, "Point of View, You're Trying to Talk to People in 2025. Let me give a shout out to the TikTok account, Guy Fieri Whore. She came up with this. So this is how typical conversations go in 2025.
Your top is so cute. Thanks.
Yeah, do you remember where you got it from?
I don't know. It's not It's not mine.
So where are you from?
I don't know.
Like, are you from around here? Are you from, like, another state, or?
No.
Okay, so what do you do for work?
Like, you cannot have a conversation with these people. Part of the fun is, like, just watching the facial expressions of the person as they're talking. So I'll try to provide a link on the show notes today to this video so you can get the full effect. It's all like, and looking around and, like, not being annoyed, but just being confused. Like, you're confused by the question. You're confused why they're asking you this. Confused why someone would be speaking to you in the first place. Not being able to handle a simple conversation.
Like, what kind of stuff? Like, what field do you work in?
Like, stuff. Why?
What kind of music do you like to listen to?
Like
whatever, like music.
Like,
yeah.
I listen to music.
I don't know. What do you want me to say? Like, I want you to answer the fucking question. You know how there's different types of music? Yankee Doodle type of music?
Yeah, but, like, what genre of music do you like?
Just, like, music.
To listen to?
Music.
Yeah, I listen to music.
Like, on the, like, streaming music. I don't know.
Okay, sorry, I have to go, but what is your name again?
I just told you, like, 2 minutes ago. Like, I just told you.
I'm sorry, I'm blinking. Can you remind me again?
Oh, okay.
And that's her entire response. You know, at first I thought, oh, this is just going to be, it's like bashing whatever, Gen whatever we're up to, high school kids or whatever. But there is something to this, right? A lot of people in the chat or in the comments were like, look, I'm an assistant teacher at a college, and I can confirm half of the students I have that are like 18 to 20 talk like this. This is not an exaggeration. A lot of theories as to why people are acting like this now goes back to COVID. They haven't been properly socialized. You know, these kids are like dogs. You gotta get them around people while they're young. Otherwise, they don't know how to act and they might bite. Not everyone blames COVID, though. The introduction of smartphones and social media and the idea that you don't have to actually talk with anyone face to face. You can just text a few letters and they'll get what you mean. That seems to be a big theory. Others point out that the young kids of today, they barely talk at all. They whisper talk, and they don't make eye contact, and they turn away from you while they're talking. One high school teacher says, one of the things that I've noticed, many students put their hand in front of their mouth, like 1 to 2 inches away when talking. It's like to cover their teeth or something. I don't know. Another theory is that this idea of being cringe has debilitated these kids. Like, they're so afraid that they're going to be cringe, they act this way, aloof and distant and not answering questions and stuff. I don't know. Do you guys have theories out there? Is this just some made up bullshit, or are younger folks actually this way? Some younger folks. I'm sure not everyone. Some people act like fucking human beings, especially if you're younger. You know how I have Niti to answer questions about black people? I'd like some younger people who listen to the show chime in on what the fuck is wrong with your ilk? Thank you. Speaking of peculiar behavior, got a guy being filmed here. A woman caught him taking photos of her without her consent. What's weird about his response is he doesn't try to run away, and he doesn't shy away from the fact he was taking weird pictures of her. He doesn't even care if she posts this on TikTok.
My name is Christopher Torres.
Oh, yeah, and he gives his name out.
My name is Christopher Torres, and I took a picture of this lady's behind.
You took a picture of my behind?
Yes, I did.
Yes,
absolutely.
You did. And what are you going to do with that picture?
I'm not sure. Maybe later on I'll figure it out.
Yeah?
I mean, here's the thing. He wasn't doing anything. I'm defending this guy now. Did you see that coming? It's not like he was like, he had his cell phone attached to his shoe, and he was trying to get some like upskirt photos. He's out in public. She's out in public. He got his cell phone out and he took a picture, and her ass was in the shot. Technically, I don't think he's doing anything illegal, right? You got no privacy when you're out in public. I mean, I wouldn't go around announcing your name. You don't have to be so proud about what you've done.
And what are you going to do with that picture?
I'm not sure. Maybe later on I'll figure it out.
And then he winks. Like, he's going to jerk off to it.
Yeah? Okay. Awesome.
Be flattered. Come on, lady. It's not that big of a deal.
Okay. Awesome. You're going on TikTok.
That's cool.
All right?
Hi,
You're
TikTok.
fucking creepy.
Hi, TikTok. Oh, I'm creepy because I like beautiful women?
Yeah.
Call me
You're
creepy.
fucking creepy. Don't take pictures of women. You're
Don't take
fucking
pictures of
creepy.
women?
First of all, it wasn't even your face, right? It was just your ass. No one except you knows who, that it's your ass.
You're fucking creepy. Don't take pictures of women. You're
Don't take pictures
fucking
of women?
creepy.
And you should thank him for the compliment. He called you beautiful.
What do you want me to take pictures of?
You are the problem in this
I'm
world.
a problem?
Yeah, you're a
Because I
huge
like
problem.
beautiful women?
Yeah.
If that's
It's
a problem,
my body. You're not allowed to take a picture
I'm not
of it.
touching your body.
All right.
You're not.
All right. I'll see you on TikTok.
All right. Goodbye.
I'm a little afraid to look at the comments because I fear no one's going to be on my side here. First comment is, does he not realize Pornhub is free? That's true. You can get much better ass shots online. You know what I mean? Like some woman in a convenience store wearing jeans. Like, okay, maybe she has an okay ass, a nice ass, whatever. That's not spankable material, though. When you can see bare asses, getting stuff put in it. Here's another comment. The creepiest part is he doesn't even think what he's doing is wrong. Uh-oh. Dudes on TikTok defending him. So that's where I need to go. That's where my people are at. Dudes I'm not defending him. I'm saying, look, it's not illegal. So in the eyes of the law, he's done nothing wrong. Is it weird behavior? Sure. There's nothing she can do about it. Actually, you know what? There is something she could do about it, and she did. She filmed him, and she posted it on TikTok. I'm okay with all of that. Tit for tat. Dudes on TikTok defending him or commenting it isn't legal. Shut the fuck up. See, maybe I should shut the fuck up. We know. It's still creep behavior. All right, again, we're on the same page. Okay. So many people have got their entire brain fried in the distinction between legal and moral. Regardless of whether or not it's legal, and there's a debate about even that. Well, not really. It's fucking immoral and disgusting to take photos of non-consenting women just trying to go about their day. Yeah, I mean, honestly, taking photos and video of anyone in public, even though it's technically legal, it's kind of like shitty behavior, especially when you're posting it on TikTok for profit. And even if it's not like monetary profit, you're getting views, you're getting likes, and it's all because of someone else. So, okay, I see what everyone is saying. We're all in agreement here. This guy's a dick. Moving on, speaking of dicks, these segments are just leading right into one another today. Nice, smooth segues. Fake disorders are having quite a moment here on the podcast. We featured some, I think, on a bonus segment show. Then proximity chat was messing around with people in VR, and one person claimed to have DID. Now, another DID faker, this one accused of murder. Things are escalating at a nice pace here. The video is of cops interrogating our young friend here. I guess a couple of our young friends, based on how many personalities she has.
You believe someone was found dead in your room. Do you have any idea who that might be?
Well, I'm really tired, but...
It's not a hard question. Even if you're tired, if there's someone you recognize who's dead on your floor. You know what I mean? By the way, the person that was murdered was her ex.
I invited my ex-girlfriend, Grace Jennings, who now is going by Yamko. I don't know anymore. She's gone through so many name changes, it's confusing me. I always knew her as Grace, or Rose. I was really upset, so I just went on a walk and spent most of the night in the house.
So what she's saying is someone she knew invited her ex over to the house, and then she starts using different voices, I think, here.
If you were blocking memories for me again, God damn it. Sorry.
Who are you talking to?
My best guess is that I have DID, but I'm not 100% certain.
Oh. What's DID? Dissociative
Identity Disorder. I haven't had it actually diagnosed, but that's my best guess from my research. There are different personalities that come out.
Do you have names for them?
Some of them, yeah.
What are their names?
The person who fronts the most is only known as Girlfriend Slayer. Do you want me to bring her out? Kill the bitch.
There's Abby, and...
How many are based on anime characters? Let's start with that.
And...
It'd be funny if the cop just totally lost interest in the murder thing and was like, I want to know more about these personalities. Are any of them inanimate objects? Do you have a toaster inside of you?
Then there's... We call her Jinx because she hates people saying her real name.
Jinx?
Yeah. If you say her real name, she's mad.
She has a TikTok account. She has to. We've got to track this down.
Then there's one personality that
is pure evil. I don't like when she comes out to play. Come on. Try to pin the murder on one of your alts.
I haven't seen in a long time. Like, I haven't communicated with her. Her name was Jess.
Jess.
Jessica, but you always called her Jess.
Any other personalities?
There's the little version of me.
Of course, there's always a little.
Which actually responds to my biological name. My government name. Which is very dangerous for her, and I don't want her to get hurt. None of us do.
She responds to Kiara?
Yeah.
Poor cop having to deal with this.
That's the little version of you?
He's writing lots of notes in his little journal.
Yes.
What do you mean by that little version of you?
It's like a little kid before bad shit started happening in my life.
What kind of bad stuff happened in your life?
I'll have a bad relationship with my mom.
These people always act like they've been kidnapped as a child, sold into slavery, gangbang, raped. And then when you actually get down to it, she's like, I don't like my mom. We fight a lot. That's the bad stuff that's happened to you? She didn't even come to my recital. Well, no wonder you've gone completely insane, growing multiple fake personalities inside that fruity-ass head of yours. This interrogation goes on for an hour and a half. I will link to it on the show notes because it's interesting in a very cringy kind of way. It's almost like this girl doesn't understand the weight of the situation here. At one point, she's like, oh, I got a cut. This hurts. Right. She's trying to sign something.
Ow! I have a cut like that. Right here. Really hurting.
You know who has a larger cut? The ex-girlfriend. Her whole head was cut off.
Isaac was telling me about a few knives. He was telling me about a dagger, a butterfly knife.
Yeah, one of my butterfly knives got stolen, so I got a new one.
And then he was talking about a sword. Remember anything having to do with any of those?
Well, I know I bought a sword not too long ago.
What kind of sword is it?
It's a two-handed sword. I don't really know much else.
By the way, that is what she used to kill the girl. She wants to focus on a dagger, though, for some reason.
I want to learn.
Do you remember anything regarding the sword, the dagger, the butterfly knife, and last night?
I remember the dagger. It's really dull.
That's why I chose to use the sword.
I kept playing with it, and, when I did try, when I kept telling me to just do it, and then it literally feels like somebody's holding me. Felt like somebody was holding me.
I'm not sure exactly what she's saying here, that there was a voice either telling her not to stab or a voice telling her to stab, and there was a force keeping her from stabbing. I guess they also found a hit list on her. I mean, this woman is just so obviously guilty, right?
You think there's potential you'll ever try and hurt or kill anyone else that's on your list? You're a very honest person.
Away from me, I sure as hell hope not.
She sounds like one of these kids who just was not socialized enough.
What if you were near him and stuff, kind of like a situation like last night? There's potential for that.
If they're invading my space, then it's I think it's a possibility, but I highly doubt it ever again.
Things not to say when you're being interrogated for murder. Yeah, there's a possibility I might stab and kill someone if they get up in my face.
Ozzy hates me. And Brady's...
Then I think she starts listing names or something. The cop actually appreciates the weird honesty, I guess, from this girl, and kind of lays out what's about to happen.
Well, I'd like to return that to you. There's probably a good potential that both you and Isaac go to jail tonight.
Isaac was in on this too, eh?
You understand that?
Yeah. I've never been to jail. I've never done anything. Now going to jail for murder.
Yeah.
That was a leap. From innocent to murder.
Yeah,
that's what happens when you stab someone and kill them.
No criminal history.
Yeah.
That's a huge leap.
Like, I didn't do drugs growing up, except for Grace. I left her for it. Sorry.
Again, Grace made her do some drugs at some point.
I have some
She's the real monster of the story here.
that you can see from...
Well, I found a short update here. A 22-year-old Santa Fe woman pled guilty to aggravated second-degree murder for nearly decapitating another young woman with a sword. It was a sword. Kiera McCauley also pled guilty to conspiracy to commit murder as part of a plea agreement with prosecutors. That requires her to testify against, you guessed it, Isaac. Yeah, he seemed to be the mastermind behind this. Police allege he coerced her into killing 21-year-old Grace Jennings. Under the plea deal, McCauley will be sentenced to 30 years in prison, but not until after she truthfully testifies against Isaac. Of course, he had his own court hearings and trials and shit, so there you go. If anyone is interested in like true crime shit and you want to comb through this entire interrogation and find other funny bits, I mean, the whole thing is hilarious. But, any DV-worthy bits, you can send along to me. Next up. It's been a while since I played a game with you freaks. This is very short. I want you to open your ears and put your thinking caps on, because it's time to play Drugs or Electrocuted. It's a very simple game. I want you guys to listen to this clip and tell me, is this man under the influence of drugs, or is he actually getting electrocuted? You'll have just a few seconds to formulate an answer. Let's play the clip. This is a tough one. I hope you all have your answers locked in. Let's play the rest of the clip.
It might be that fentanyl.
Nah, that ain't no fentanyl. That's like Flocka or something, bro. That Flocka had people going crazy.
So he's not being electrocuted. We just don't know what drug he's on. He's in the middle of the road dancing, shuffling. Really? At least the screaming has stopped. Eventually, he moves from the road to the side of the road and starts banging on gravel.
Press me, nigga. Press you. Niggas can't get.
Yeah, you show that dirt who's boss.
You know they're doing the pizza over there.
No, now he's kind of fucking the ground, but that's more visual. Well, thank you guys so much for playing Drugged or Electrocuted. Once again, another great idea. Game Show Network, call me. Let's talk. Finally now, before we get into the news, I feel like I saved the best for last here. Jesse Lee Peterson has returned with a new episode of his interview program, The Fallen State. Ooh, everything has turned to shit, and Jesse Lee Peterson is going to find out why. On this particular episode, he is interviewing an African studies professor, Afrotologist, if you will, Dr. David Imhotep. I probably butchered that name. We'll call him Dr. Black. No, we'll call him Dr. David. David, for some reason, argues that the very first people on Earth were black, which I always kind of thought that. I always heard like the beginning of civilization was like in Africa and the Middle East and shit, right? I could be wrong. What the fuck do I know? I'm an idiot. But anyway, that's what Dr. David here believes, and Jesse Lee is going to challenge that.
If it's true that blacks were the first on Earth, God created the black man first, what happened to black people? Why are they so screwed up? And not all, but most. They're not smart. They don't create. They destroy.
I love that Jesse Lee pretty much forgets he's black.
Why are they smart enough to show that they were first? Why are they allowing everybody else to outsmart them and outdo them?
There are plenty of black folks who know something about their history, and there's some who know a lot about their history.
Well,
there's also plenty of really dumb white people. I interact with them on a daily basis.
A lot about their history.
Not you guys. I'm just talking about, out and about in Cincinnati.
They may know about the history, but they're not productive people. You don't really see them. They're not building a rocket ship to the moon.
Yeah.
Or they're not building nice neighborhood. They destroy neighborhoods.
Yeah, they're ignoring crosswalks and just hanging out in the middle of the street. What's up with that? Building rockets. They can't even change their smoke alarms, right, Jesse? Right?
Even when the white man gives them a nice neighborhood, they turn it into a ghetto.
Jesse Lee is like a big fan of white people. I find it hard to stay mad at him. He says such complimentary things about us, like the white people do so much for black people. They give them nice neighborhoods, all sorts of grants and special programs. The least these black people do could be a little appreciative. Kiss our feet, maybe.
Like the fallen Messiah, Obama.
Okay.
They gave Obama a chance, the first black president, to be the president of the greatest country in the world. And what did he do?
Okay.
Turn it into a ghetto.
I don't recall Obama wrecking the place. You know what I mean? Like, he wasn't a total disaster. He didn't, tank the economy or anything. It was pretty steady going there. I'd even argue that during Trump's first presidency, the economy would have been fine if it weren't for COVID. You know what I mean? That's what really fucked things up. This time around, you can put more blame on him for all that tariff shit and everything else going on. I'm watching this interview and I'm like, does this poor Afrotologist know what he's in for? Did he know who Jesse Lee Peterson was before he agreed to the interview? This isn't really an intelligent conversation. It's like Jesse Lee saying, why are black people so screwed up? Why are they dumb? Why do they only destroy things? Why are they pretty much like the worst thing on earth? And then this poor guy, Dr. David, has to counter that with some sanity.
How come if they're so smart and they're the first, why don't they create rather than destroy?
Well, going to another point you were talking about, why don't they create different things? They did create back in the day.
I'm talking about now, over the last 150 years.
Let me finish my point, okay? Not only did they create things on Earth, but did you know that there are pyramids on Mars?
I'm sorry, what? I was only half listening. Can you repeat that?
But did you know that there are pyramids on Mars?
I referred to you as the smart one in this debate. How dare you make me look like a fool? More importantly, how dare you make Jesse Lee Peterson seem like the reasonable one here? What the fuck is happening?
But we can't live in no pyramid. Are you saying they...
That's right, Jesse. We can't live in no pyramid, especially no pyramid in Mars. This could be the greatest interview ever.
But we can't live in no pyramid. Are you saying they went up there and created pyramids?
How'd they get there?
How'd they get there?
Look.
Good question. I'm dying to know the answer. How the hell did black people get up to Mars?
How'd they get there?
And why is there no record of this or evidence?
Not only are there pyramids on Mars, they have them put out in mathematical maps, and then they have
proof blacks are good at math.
A mountain that was carved with a man's face and looked like he had an Egyptian type garb on. Yeah. Now, if you are a Martian and you're proud of your people, wouldn't you be making images of your people? Why make one of a humanoid?
Well, how did
we don't make pictures of Martians, so we know that there's a good possibility that the pyramids are from here, and so are the people.
Have you seen them?
I've seen Richard Hoagland, who was part of the space program, was showing them for a while, and then he was shut down. Richard Hoagland's a white fellow.
Oh, he is, and he was trying to prove that black people went to. You said
not
the moon?
Prove, but he was showing that
on Mars?
On Mars that there's pyramids and.
So he's showing that there's some sort of pyramid-like structure or formation. Let's say a pyramid formation, something that looks like a triangle, from satellite imagery, and from that you came up with this crazy story that black people made the pyramids. Again, Jesse Lee kept asking. He kept interrupting, how'd we get up there? How'd we get up there? That's the question I want answered.
And there's a human being's face on Mars.
So if this is true, I still want to know.
Why are black people so dumb?
What's wrong with black people now? Yes. They don't act like they're the smartest. They don't perform as...
this guy just proved that they are the smartest. They got to Mars and they built pyramids. Do you see any white people up in Mars? No. Case closed.
So they're the smartest or the first.
What are you talking about?
Why are they leading the way in morality and building?
Are you saying the majority now? You're saying the majority.
Right. Majority of blacks are screwed up.
Okay.
Not all, but most. If they're so smart, why don't they act like it?
Man, why don't they build some new pyramids?
Are you...
This guy can't even answer the question. This is a guy who believes pyramids are on Mars, but he can't wrap his mind around Jesse Lee Peters' question. All right, that's enough. We got to move on. Maybe I'll provide a link on the show notes today to this entire 11-minute interview. It's a screamer. And by that, I mean you'll be screaming at your monitor or phone or whatever as you watch this thing. And with that, let's get into the crazy, bizarre twist to the fucked up news right now. I forgot how much I love that man. Jesse Lee Peterson never misses. If you're not a member of the Distorted View Sideshow, what are you waiting for? Help support this stupidity. Become a true and honorable freak today. Every week, I do exclusive content just for paying members. We typically do like 4 shows every week just for Sideshow members. We do 2 full-length exclusive shows and then 2 mini bonus segment programs. This week was no different. Sign up right now and you can hear all of that extra stuff. Memberships are very inexpensive. All major credit cards and PayPal accepted. Go to distortedview.com right now and sign up. When you do, you get access to a personalized podcast feed that you can plug into most podcasting apps. Now, if you happen to use Spotify instead of signing up on distortedview.com, you'll get all of the exclusive shows through Spotify. So you just have to sign up inside of the Spotify app. Just search for Distorted View. Tap the link that appears in the information about DV section. I think you click or tap the About tab. Same deal with Apple Podcasts, although you can either, sign up through the website and then copy and paste the URL in Apple Podcasts, or you can do it all inside of the app. Use your Apple ID and Apple Pay. Makes it super easy. So there's options there. For more information, check out distortedview.com. A couple other ways to support the show. We've got a Patreon account, patreon.com/distortedview. Pledge at least $5 and get access to a special voicemail line where I will play your calls first. And next week, I will reveal the latest merchandise drop. If you pledge at least $20, occasionally I send out little goodies, and I'll be working on that next week. So this is your last chance to either upgrade your Patreon pledge to $20 or sign up right now. Get in on that action. And of course, you can sponsor an episode of DV. $25 is all it takes. Just PayPal me, show@distortedview.com. Or you can use PayPal's website, paypal.me/distortedview. Easy peasy. Okay, 2 very quick stories now. First up, we just happen to have one from our most fucked up state. Say it with me. A Florida woman was convicted of choking her mother and then, for some reason, grabbing her brother's crotch during a family argument. I'm so mad I'm gonna jerk you off. Nice family. Sounds like a constructive way to come to terms with one another, Jessica, you said you'd do the dishes. You're the worst sister ever. Let me make it up to you. Little sloppy toppy. You're my sister. So that's a no? I didn't say that. Thinking about it. A Florida woman was convicted of choking her mom and grabbing her brother by the crotch during a family argument that erupted over a missing PlayStation 4 game. PlayStation 4. Are you people poor or something? You're a generation behind. I don't know why you're getting so worked up over those old-ass games. Catch a load of these pieces of trash. A Marion County judge deliberated for just 20 minutes. It was a pretty open and shut case, actually, before finding 21-year-old Alexandra Dominguez guilty of domestic battery by strangulation. She strangled that cock real good. Oh, I mean, she choked her mom, too. Okay, I get it. And battery. I guess the groin-grabbing thing was battery. According to an arrest affidavit, Dominguez followed her mom and brother home from a park on April 24th, 2024, to pick up the gaming console. The family agreed to hand it over at the door, but when Dominguez realized a game was missing, the exchange escalated into a shouting match, and then things quickly turned physical. I want to know what the name of the game is that she's so pissed off about. It would be so great if she's like losing her shit over Hello Kitty Island Adventure. Mom, you know how much this game means to me. I just got my Choco Cat companion. Now I'll never level up. I hate you. I hate you both. Mom, I wish I was never born. And as for you, little brother, I'm going to rip your dick off. And then she tried. Investigators said Dominguez first lunged at her mom, grabbing her by the throat. After chasing her inside and forcing her onto the couch, she allegedly choked her for nearly a minute. That could kill an old person. Like, old people really need oxygen. Detectives later wrote that the length of the attack suggested her mother's blood flow was restricted. No shit. When Dominguez's brother tried to intervene, bad move, dude. Police said she grabbed his groin, squeezed the cock and balls, and yanked his beard hair. Could have been worse. She was right down there. She could have grabbed a tuft of his pubic hair, if he had any. She was eventually pushed out of the home, but continued pounding on the front door before leaving. She really, really wanted that PS4 game. Dominguez later drove back to Naples, where she was arrested. A sentencing date has not been set. Final story we have for you today. You know, earlier this week, we talked about that guy. I think he cut his own penis off and then kept it in a drawer. Maybe it was someone else's penis he kept in a drawer. I don't remember now. He also had a website. You know, people would come to him and ask him to, cut off parts of their body, and then he would stream it. He would do it for free as long as they agreed to go on live stream. He had a membership site going on. He's a businessman. Very smart, actually. Well, I've got another story here coming out of the UK about a guy cutting off body parts. This time, a British vascular surgeon. Okay, well, that's his job, right? Sometimes you have to amputate legs. Well, this guy kind of turned his hobby into a legitimate job. And while cutting other people's legs off for legitimate reasons is nice and all, what he really wanted to do was get rid of his own legs. So he did. A British vascular surgeon who deliberately froze his own legs so doctors would have to amputate them has been jailed for fraud and possession of extreme pornography. Neil Hopper, 49, of Cornwall, carried out hundreds of amputations on patients before having both of his own legs removed back in 2019. Prosecutors said he used ice and dry ice. Ooh, two different varieties of ice. Must be nice. Richie Rich. I bet you he used a variety of regular ice too, like crushed, cubed, that special Chick-fil-A ice. What an asshole, right? All right, then he lied to insurers by claiming the amputations were due to sepsis. He went on to pocket more than £466,000 in fraudulent claims. That translates to about $620,000 US. Crown Court heard Hopper had a long-standing sexual interest in amputation. There it is. And described his feet as unwelcome extras. Look, you know how I feel about feet. I don't like looking at them. I certainly don't want to smell them or lick them. But this is going a little too far, cutting off your feet because they're unwelcome guests or whatever. He exchanged about 1,500 messages with a man later jailed for running an extreme body modification ring. I bet you this has a connection to that last news story I read. With that penis rolling around in that drawer. All right, yeah, he exchanged 1,500 messages with a man later jailed for running an extreme body modification ring, asking how much dry ice was needed to destroy tissue. Hopper also admitted buying videos showing men having their genitals removed. Again, a possible link to that last news story. Judge James Adkins said the level of harm in the porn was exceptionally high. It was really good. Really good porn. The surgeon returned to work with prosthetic legs just months after his own amputations and even welcomed media attention over his case. In one message to a friend, he boasted he should, quote, milk it. Milky, milky indeed. Investigators said Hopper was driven by a mix of obsession and greed, with prosecutors calling the amputations the realization of a long-standing ambition. His arrest in 2023 stunned colleagues and patients alike, many of whom had entrusted him with life-changing operations. He's been suspended from the medical register since last year. Suspended makes it sound like there's a chance he could get his license back, They're like, let's see how this goes. A hearing to recover the proceeds of his fraud will soon follow. So there you go. That, my friends, is your Distorted News for Friday. You may recall today's sponsor, Cabana Guy, had a request. He's a big fan of insensitive reenactments, and his favorite was one that got me in a little trouble. Lazy Boy, later known as Lazy Pillow, an animator, animated like a little cartoon version of this. That racked up over 120,000 views, including some of the people involved in this news story. So many of you have seen that animation. Here, though, is the actual full segment, including the insensitive reenactment.
This one comes from Maine and involves a 13 and 14-year-old girl who decided to sunbathe on train tracks. Probably not the smartest move, but then again, I can't think of a group that is more stupid, aside from tards, than teenage girls. Yes, Rachel Brown, 14, and Destiny Faina, 13, were struck while sunbathing on train tracks in Lebanon, Maine. They were both flown to Maine Medical Center. Brown suffered an amputation at her ankle and is listed in serious condition after being upgraded from critical Thursday morning. Faina suffered an amputation below her knee and a head injury. She remains in critical condition. I don't know about you, but I think it's time for a distorted view and sensitive reenactment. Destiny, stop staring at your Jonas Brothers poster. It's blocking the sun from your face. Oh my god, we look super cute in our bikinis. We are gonna get a killer suntan. Killer suntan. Killer suntan. Oh no, Destiny, watch out! Something's coming on the train tracks! What could it be? Oh, that's right, a goddamn train!
I want to get a picture of you losing your
Perfect prom.
JT.
Witnesses said they heard the girls scream and saw them attempt to move before they were hit. Police Chief Mark McGowan said the train's conductor also saw the girls and blew his horn, but was not able to stop in time. The train normally travels 30 to 35 miles per hour, but had slowed to go through the Lebanon intersection and was believed to be going at about 15 miles per hour. All right, students, pick up your pencils. Train A is traveling 150 miles, going 15 miles an hour, and hits two girls sunbathing, causing amputations. Train B leaves the same station traveling 18 miles an hour, but decapitates an old woman crossing the train tracks. Now, factoring in the old woman's brittle bones and the fact the teenage girls were already lying down, which train will reach its destination first? Answer, it doesn't matter. It's all hilarious. The train is owned by the New Hampshire North Coast Corporation. Christy West, who lives near the track, said the train screeched to a halt after passing her back door. Yeah, I bet all the men screeched to a halt after passing your back door. Quote, that's about where I saw a little girl laying and her knees were bent. So I could see small legs bent on the railroad tracks and she was moving, so I knew she was alive. After the girls were transported to the hospital, emergency crews searched the water. Anytime you have an amputation, you always try to find a body part and reattach it if possible. Well, no fucking shit. Of course, if someone loses a leg, you're gonna go look for it. Thanks for that useless nugget of information. Rescue Chief Jason Cody. The trestle crosses a river on the Maine-New Hampshire border. Neighbors said the area is off limits, but it's still a popular spot where people hang out and swim. Officials said last year a boy riding his bike was hit on the trestle. Milton police said they are called to the area at least once a day over the summer. The York County Sheriff's Department was investigating. Police said they're trying to determine why the girls didn't hear the train coming. Because we were listening to our iPods, baby. Duh. I was totally jamming out to Leona Lewis, Bleeding Love. By the way, this has nothing to do with the story, but enough already with that fucking song. Anyone who listens to the radio, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Shut up already. We get it. You're bleeding love. Get a goddamn Band-Aid, for Christ's sakes. The way she's bleeding, you'd think she'd be dead by now. One would hope.
Wow, that certainly dates the bit, huh? Yes, back in 2008, Leona Lewis reigned supreme on the airwaves with Bleeding Love. To this day, I don't know why that song is not used in like maxi pads or tampon commercials. The potential gold mine there. Well, listen, Cabana Guy, I hope that was a fun little trip down memory lane. And I got to say, for me, it's a very special and sensitive reenactment because so many people discovered DV through Lazy Pillow's animation. And even today, like 7 months ago, someone posted a comment on this 16-year-old video saying, I've been a huge DV fan ever since I saw this on Newgrounds. Newgrounds, wow. It's crazy how little credit Tim Henson gets, for practically inventing podcasting back in 2004. Then there's comments 2 years back, Jagoo. This is how I got introduced to Timmy Boo. This video started a downward spiral into degeneracy. Love my Timmy Boo. More Jagoos. Fucking memories. DV. It's just really, it's fun to look through those comments. Then, of course, what makes it even more special is the friend of the girls hit by the train. This was super traumatic for a good friend of mine, and she lost a leg because of it. It's like, yeah, we know. I read this story. It doesn't change the fact she's dumb. She fell asleep on train tracks. Every day she has had to struggle to this mistake in her childhood. She's now an adult. Everyone who comments on this and thinks it's funny, imagine it happened to your friend, your family member. Imagine those comments flooding your doors. Well, don't go looking for them then. Then some very helpful DV freaks chimed in. Your friend sunbathed on train tracks. That's beyond stupid. Couldn't have said it better myself. All right, let's do a couple voicemails now and get the hell out of here. Love to hear from you freaks. Many ways to contact the show at distortedview.com. I'm all over social media at Distorted View on Twitter and Instagram, facebook.com/distortedviewshow. We've got some patrons checking in. These are people who pledge at least $5. They're calling into that special voicemail line.
Jagoo, Timmy Boo. I just felt like I should call and tell you about this funny little experience I had at the Goonsbader Gisberg calling in.
Okay.
I was at the outpatient clinic for the VA getting some blood work done.
Thank you for your service.
And the lady who was doing the blood work, the phlebotomist, she was talking to a guy behind me about blood types. And the guy behind me who was getting his blood drawn said that he's O negative, and she all got catty and was like, oh my God, O negative. Everybody wants that blood. So good. But then my cousin, though, if they're not careful about people who getting the blood drawn, they can get killed and stuff. My cousin, what'd she fucking say? She said, my cousin got AIDS from a blood transfusion once. And it wasn't just a regular HIV, it was full-bloom AIDS.
She said full-bloom AIDS?
And I'm sitting there, like just in awe.
Did you say full-blown or full-bloom?
Like, this is a medical...
Because this might be like, I don't know.
Professional.
Might be a thing certain people say by accident.
And hollering about AIDS and not knowing that HIV is the virus and AIDS is the germ. But anyway.
Yeah, and also, that's the phlebotomist? She's the one screeching about, tainted blood transfusions and shit? Like, she should keep her mouth shut.
Apart from that, at the clinic that I was at, a motherfucker stole my rear license plate. And
I thought he was going to say, he stole my blood.
I've been in the police office. I've been at the DMV for like 4 hours getting a new fucking license plate. Anyway,
oh my
hopefully
God.
your day's been going well. Love you.
You had quite the ordeal. Hope you're home now and, taking it easy. Next up here.
My last call, real late, so I don't know if this counts calling in twice, but whatever.
I'm just playing this one.
The ladies that are bitching at each other all the time because they're both just dumb cunts about killing... what was it? All right, she's a narcissist. She's gaslighting me.
Yeah, the mother-daughter combo that we feature on the show. I think the daughter's name is Sadie. I think I've managed to get that from the mom. Yes.
Are way too easy to find on the internet. Like, they have... The mom's got no internet presence, but I found out exactly where she lives. Looked up the house because her daughter's like, you'll never sell this. I'll make sure. It's like, I'll buy anything. I don't know why, but I will. I don't have any money.
Wait, so based on the information, you did some sleuthing and you tracked down where those people live.
Anyway, takes $300,000 is an estimate. That's insane. It's just it might not be a mobile home, but it looks like one.
No, it's not a mobile home.
Oh.
Yeah,
all other houses, though, in the neighborhood, freaking gorgeous.
Oh, really?
I'm sure the neighbors just love them.
It's the number one rule in real estate. Location, location, location. My favorite, I have a couple of favorite real estate agents in Columbus. I used to live in Columbus, right? There was, of course, Charmin. I think her name is Charmin Patterson. And she wears, her gimmick, real estate agents all have to have gimmicks. So her gimmick is she wears like ridiculous hats, big, huge hats. And her little slogan is hats on for great customer service, which is just so fucking stupid, right? Very lame. But my all-time favorite was, I think her name was Darla Luby or something like that. I think she passed away, actually. But she would advertise in certain publications, and the advertisement would read, remember the number one rule in real estate, call the lesbian. It's like, no, that's not the number one rule in real estate. Nowhere near it. Yeah, she was like a lesbian realtor, and she would advertise in... a long time ago, they used to have basically a gay phone book. I think it was called the Lavender Listings. I think a lot of big cities had it, right? And so if you wanted to hire someone, if you know, that wasn't homophobic, or you wanted to support the Ligbits community, someone recently called it the LGHGTV community, which I thought was really funny. You know, you could find just about anything. It was like the Yellow Pages kind of. It was called the Lavender Listings. But that's where good old Darla, I think her name was Darla, would advertise.
Hey, Timmy Boo, this is Lars from California. Just
hey, Lars.
To the show from last week.
Yeah, I believe you sponsored an episode not too long ago.
And you were talking about you swapped out your Starbucks for smoothies because they're healthier.
Oh, come on. You're not going to give me reasons why I should not be drinking smoothies now.
Blah, 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 blah. I went down the smoothie route for a very short period of time, until I found out even the ones that have no sugar added are still 800 to 1,000 calories a smoothie. So even if you're a fat ass now, just...
Okay, wait a second. I've got ChatGPT helping me with my diet. Okay, so I'm sure there are some really bad smoothies you can get, right? There's all sorts of crap you can put in smoothies. The variation that I get is 220 calories, and it's chock full of fiber, and I think I specifically asked for it. You can never be sure if they actually put it in there. But, you know, I get it's called the Strawberry Gladiator smoothie or something like that. And then I get it with spinach and I add blueberries to it. Oh, it's delicious. It's actually not delicious, but I've grown to like it. So now those fucking things are expensive though. Don't get me started. So I can't have those every day, but, you know, every other day maybe. And then I save on dinner by not eating anything. I'll get like a foot-long sub. Right now, if you use the Subway app, it's like 40% off footlongs. And then I just have like 6 inches one day and then 6 inches up my butt. So I'm trying to make this work financially for me. But I'll have like a smoothie one day, and then the next day I'll have a Starbucks, but I get like the smallest possible, and I only get like half the pumps of the sugar, you know, that whole thing. So I'm doing much better. Aside from the Starbucks drink, I've cut out most sugar. I haven't had a fucking soda, and I don't know how long. That's why I'm very irritable lately. I'm so sick of drinking water. Why couldn't God have made water taste better? You know, have some variety, different kinds of water. I mean, I know I could put like lemon in it or use those artificial sweetener things, but who has the time? Who cares? Let's do one more call here. Make this a good one, please.
Hello, faggot. It's Unicorn Hamster.
See, I pressed my luck.
Checking in. How are you, my favorite little fairy?
I'm okay.
How's it going, man?
Yeah.
I just wanted to share with you. I think we were discussing, you were discussing over the show some of the things that just get you, get your little faggy blood boiling.
Right, listen.
Like pet peeves.
Okay, yes.
You know what I cannot stand? When fucking motherfuckers call fucking or having sexual intercourse, making love. What kind of shit is that? Now,
there's nothing romantic the way I do it.
I can love a woman till the
making love
cows come home, but my dick is still gonna get hard for another woman. God damn, it's stupid.
Yeah, it is kind of dumb when you think about it, because making love, like sex, is dirty. You get sweaty, your dick is going into various holes, you're getting saliva all over you. Making love.
You fuck, and that's it.
Yeah.
There's no such things as making love. It's fucking. fuck. Insert the dick into a pussy or an asshole until somebody ejaculates, usually the man.
Look how people are calling in with their pet peeves. Like, I hate when people don't put the shopping carts back in the corral. And then Unicorn Hamster's like, fucking should be fucking, not making love. I'm defiling you.
You know, it's that simple. It ain't fucking making love.
Right.
Fucking stupid shit. Also, what the fuck was your AIM screen name? Do you remember?
I do remember my AIM screen name. It was Timmy OSU. Because when I set it up, I guess I was still a student at the Ohio State University.
Like, just because I was curious, the AOL Instant Messenger thingy. Some people called it AIM. What was your screen name for American Online or America On?
I'm pretty sure my friend Joey's was Ohio Bear Cub.
Line AOL shit.
Even in his early 20s, he knew what he was. Loved those hairy men. Mine was pretty innocent, nothing weird about it. I didn't like being called Timmy. I'd only allow my friend Joey. Joey was like the only person, maybe Brian, a couple friends that I really grew up with. They can call me Timmy, just like I called Joe Joey. I don't think anyone else calls Joe Joey. But then when I started doing the show, and then the Timmy Boo became a thing, and then, now I find it funny and endearing, so I don't mind it anymore. But so it's just weird that I decided to go with the Timmy OSU screen name back then. Oh well, who cares? Not anyone listening, that's for sure. You've all tuned out at this point. That is all the time we have on this edition of the program. I want you guys to email me, show@destroyedofyou.com. Destroyedofyou.com is our official website. Voicemail line for you, 206-666-4463. That's 206-660. Oh, God, is it? Oh, God.
But did you know that there are pyramids on Mars?
Spread the distortion, STD. Tell all your friends about the show. Don't forget to give us a 5-star rating, a thumbs up, or like wherever you can rate and review podcasts. Also, don't forget, use promo code FREAK at adamandeve.com. They've got thousands of unique adult products, from lingerie and lube to fake cunts and clit stimulators. I don't know. You guys know Adam and Eve. They've been around a long time, been a great sponsor. If you use promo code FREAK, you get 50% off just about any item. Free shipping, some mystery gifts. They've been so good to DV over the years. Now you guys should be good to them. Buy lots of sex stuff. AdamandEve.com, promo code FREAK. I'll see you back on Monday to do this all over again. Until then, have a great weekend. Bye, everybody!
It's Friday, baby. Fuck. Yeah, it's the weekend, baby. Fuck. Yeah, Friday, baby. Fuck. Fuck. The weekend, baby. Fuck.
This has been another excellent podcast from the Scribe Media Group. Learn more at scribe.net.